had to go for a big takeaway,
Mhm.
I like chapter 3, right? So it talks about Billboard Design 101.
Okay. Yep.
And I know you don't want me to do it, but I'm going to do it this way. So,
I don't want you to do anything.
aw, you're so sweet.
I
Just get lost, Phil.
don't
Um,
care. It's just go for it. Dive in.
I'm going to dive in because I'm going to give a teaser. And so I like the idea that you can look just like we did with Oracle.
Mhm.
Look at it like 90 miles an hour, like you're
Okay.
driving down the highway. You look at it, you look at the first few things, you skim through it, and if it doesn't make sense to you,
Mhm.
then you need to break it down some. You need to simplify it and get
Mhm.
to the point faster. Now, Oracle can go and, say, everybody knows that Oracle is not a Tesla cloud driving car system. But looking at their website, I could be convinced of that.
Mhm.
So if you're a real website, focus, right? See, think of like squeeze your eyes, look
Mhm.
at that picture, look at that website, and imagine what people are looking at. And if you can't do that quickly, cut back,
Mhm.
right? Make smaller paragraphs or bullets or use imagery that hits home faster. Simplify it. Don't be so crazy with all that detail and trying to be everything to everybody.
Mhm. Mhm.
So this was if I had to pull off my big easy one, I'd say that's it.
Cool. I
Make
like.
break.
I agree with you. I like that. I liked that chapter too. I thought that was a good one.
Yeah. And what I don't like about that chapter is they try to say use conventions, don't try to redefine a stop sign. I'm like, no, redefine that stop sign. Why does it have to be red? Make it blue and round and put the words upside down, right? You'll stop when you see a sign that's upside down doesn't make sense to you. Of course you will.
Of course, everybody
Yeah,
does. Everybody looks
everybody does,
stops and stares, and that's why there are so many accidents.
especially stop signs.
All right,
They
so
got a
let's.
chapter where they talk. Oh, so this is kind of fun when we look at the the discussion we just had with Oracle. Uh,
Mhm.
chapter 4 says animal, vegetable, or mineral.
Yeah.
Right. So when we're looking at Oracle, we're trying to figure out, is this an animal? Is it a vegetable or a mineral? What the heck is this? Right. We're going to throw it into
Hmm.
some kind of category, and it didn't get me there quickly. And maybe we're just having too much fun with it. But I like to make it so that you can quickly express what your purpose is.
Hmm.
Because I have designers that love to confuse the hell out of me. No, developers love to confuse designers.
No,
I'm
yeah,
trying to simplify.
developers love to confuse everybody. That's the one major frustration I've had over the years is like developers are definitely not designers, and it takes a lot to get a developer to understand the value of good design. It's like when I was doing a lot of the teaching stuff, I would get people who would come in and they'd build like developers and they'd build their own apps, and I'd look at it and I'd be like, this is I can't use this app. This makes no sense. And a lot of times I'd give them feedback along those lines and be like, what are you trying to do here? What are you trying to design? What do you want me to do in your app? And it's like, this is
Yeah.
way too complicated of a UI. Keep it simple. Get rid of this. Get rid of that.
Oh goodness, I'm working on a project right now, and we came in, we rescued it, and we just rescued it from a mechanical standpoint.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was insane, and the usage of this, I'm like, who the heck? Not,
Uh-huh.
I mean, a developer wouldn't even do this kind of crap, right?
Are you sure?
And they have such a great concept. They're going to do okay, I think. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
And but I'm like, okay, so they create like events and around like traveling, right? They create events, and once you've created it, then you can go in, if you know how, you can add activities to it separately.
Uh-huh.
And if you know how, you can add checklists, but
Uh-huh.
they're all over the
Oh.
place in different places. So
Okay.
the initial experience on this, like you probably have to spend like 2 years with this app before you are able to make a good example of what they're trying to have you create.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Yep. Yep.
You shouldn't do that. You should definitely not do
Yeah, it's
that.
gross. Like there's so many ways they could simplify it.
And that's a big deal, and part of the reason why reading books like this for everybody is important because, especially even stakeholders, because
I
it's
was about
like,
to say, there's some stakeholders I say, go get this book.
yeah, you should tell
Yep.
them like,
I'm like, just go get this book. It's a 6-hour read max.
mhm.
Go through it fast. You're going to have some good ideas afterwards. It's going to help you focus and to put yourself together.
Oh, it's like I told you, like, after reading this, I sat down because I have that side business. I sat down. I'm like, I need to redesign my entire site. Like, I know I need to, and I'm going to. It's all going to be a part of that. Because I'm reading through this and I'm sitting there thinking, and looking at the analytics on my site, like people just end up on the homepage, but then they don't go any deeper. So it's kind of
Hmm.
like, I need to really dive in. Like I really need to change the homepage to entice people to go deeper. Um, and it's like
Do you?
that. Hmm?
Do you actually? Can you simplify it enough where they can, on that homepage, do what they want?
Well, essentially, what I need to do, get ready for this, is make it so that on that homepage, people can buy.
Do you know how convenient instant purchase is?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great.
And if you go one step further
Uh-huh.
and on subsequent purchases that people made, give
Uh-huh.
them an option to bundle purchases together. Just like add a box, say, hey, do you want to go ahead and bundle these together? Because I recognize you have a purchase that hasn't been sent out yet.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Um, that is a good point. I have to research that because I don't know how well Shopify can handle that.
See, Shopify is the death of many beautiful products,
I agree.
but it's also the discovery of a world of opportunity. I
I
have
agree.
so mixed feelings.
I'm with you. I'm right there with you. I think the main reason why I really use Shopify at this moment is the payment processing. Um, because I found a separate company to handle to work with on shipping. Because one of the nice things with this separate company that I'm using is I can do flat rate international shipping.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. It makes the sales easier because I had a customer from Ireland reach out and be like, I really want to purchase this, but the shipping doubles the cost. So it's like they're spending $80, and then the shipping itself is $80. And so I found this company that I can do flat rate shipping on, and what it helps me do is you send everything, all of your stuff, to a single location, and they bundle a ton of people's stuff together that's going to that one country, and they send it over that way, and then they give it to the local mailing agency, um, and then it makes its way to the people. So I like that. I think that's great.
That's cool. So you can have an express or a standard version.
Yep.
And you
Yep.
can even put a minimum charge and say this, you meet this order and
Well, so what's
free
cool is
shipping.
yeah, I have that. I have a minimum. If you spend like $150 in my site, I'm gonna ship it for free. Like that's just because it's a significant amount.
Brilliant and beautiful.
Oh, it's I'm even like I need to go through and update and do a lot of stuff with it. It's just the issue is time. The issue is
Time.
always time. Time is the
Well,
issue.
for me, it's lack of ability, but I like to use time as an excuse sometimes.
Well, the funny part for me is it is a lack. It's a lack of ability. So like stuff like this, like I don't have a ton of ability when it comes to design. So that's why I love these types of books. It's like I read through them and it's like, oh, I should do this, I should do that. So that's why that helps me.
You have a good eye for design, a good process for it, at least to acknowledge it.
A lot of it is just because of years of working with designers and like trying to understand them from the outside. Um, so for me, or so it's like I lack the ability, but I have the ability to go and acquire the ability, if that makes sense. Like I know how to go and look this stuff up. The problem is I don't have the time to go and look this stuff up.
Well, it
Um,
wouldn't be productive because you have other high paying skills. So
yes.
it's best not to diversify that much. I think
Yeah.
it's good to. I like the way you do it, right? I like that you have the understand the language. You have that there to communicate. You understand enough key principles to recognize issues, and from there you can rely. You have the ability to rely on people that have decided to focus on that and have a passion for it.
Yep. Well, it's like I had a designer go and redesign my do a small branding package for me recently,
Hmm.
and I got everything back, and like he sent it to me, and I just looked through it. And I'm like, this is perfect. We're done. I'm not making any changes. You did everything exactly like I wanted. I'm not, and a lot of it is like I gave him parameters to be like, this is what I'm looking for. This is what
Yep.
this is what it is. These are the colors that I'm currently using. You can go outside of them if you want, but these like this is what I'm. This is kind of the range of things that I'm looking for. And I said very specifically, there is one color that you like you cannot change, and you cannot go outside of. And it was red. And I said, this is the red that I'm going with. But I said anything else you can change, anything you can play with, you can do all this stuff. And I said and I sent him along those lines like, all right, this is the typography I like. This is what I'm looking for. These are the designs that you've done in the past that I really like. I sent him this huge like list of. I even sent him like, this is my ideal customer. This is who I am looking for. I don't know if it's going to help you with your brand, with your designs and stuff, but this is who I am trying to appeal to. And all of this, and he just sent everything back, and I'm like, you got it, dude. Like you understood exactly what I was looking for without me even like. I kind of had an idea of what I wanted, but I really didn't know. And I'm like, you go and play and get back to me with what you've got. And he sent me all of this stuff, and I'm just like, it's perfect. I'm not changing it.
Yeah, that's the ability. That's yeah, that's what happens when you know how to communicate with a designer often.